Welcome back to Lily Flow. Today I will share with you the way how you can cut back your wedding flower cost. The reason I'm doing this because a lot of couple out there that looking for the way to save money, but they still want to have beautiful flower for their wedding. First of all, I suggest that you should be honest with your florist and ask her how to get the most out of your money. A great designer can do a lot of stylists that look for less, with beautiful and more creative. It doesn't have to be traditional and put in a lot of flower, but it can be only a few of orchids or adding vase and candle. It just make more beautiful for your wedding. Orchids sound very expensive, but there is dendrobium orchids. It's not expensive at all, and also if you just put in a small cup or using other stock or mum, then it will create a very beautiful and simple look. And it's also in stylish too. So using season bloom will help you to lower the cost. Another trick is to adding some expensive bloom in your personal flowers, for example bouquet or boutonniere. Peony and expensive rose in your bouquet and boutonniere, and just make your personal flowers more stand out and look expensive. But you don't have to add in all of those expensive flowers into centerpiece and other design like arch or sweetheart table. Try to avoid expensive flowers like Stefanito, gardenia, or lily of the valley. Other flower that I listed to create a realistic flower budget. The good rule of thumb is to dedicate for 15% of your wedding budget for flower and lighting and decoration. And you can adjust this based on how you like it. You should prioritize of your flower the one that you like the most. For example, if you want to focus on the bridal bouquet and want to use more expensive flower on the bridal bouquet, then be easy on the centerpiece and also other decoration. Another trick is when you doing personal flower, you can add in big bloom. For example, peony or garden rose. It will fill up the space and it's become a statement bloom. It will just make your bouquet more beautiful and more stand out. You can also do a single bloom bouquet for your bridesmaid. This is very helpful for the cost of your flowers. Do the big flowers if you do a single bloom bouquet. You can also substitute in an expensive wedding flower with the pricey bloom. For example, the peony and also the garden rose. They have a similar look with carnation. Especially the pink color, it looks very similar. Also, like when you have burgundy peony, you can also find burgundy carnation and they look pretty much the same. There are lots of flowers that have the similar look that's in the next slide that I display on here that you can also see. For example, Varela rose and also lily of the valley will cost you a lot of money, but you can substitute it with white carnation and stock. Limit your flower type from 1 to 3 different kind of flower, so therefore you can buy it in a bunch, or florists can also buy it in a bunch and then have to spend a lot of different kind of flowers to cost more money. The more different type of flower you use, the more expensive it's gonna get. You can also repurpose the ceremony flower to decorate for reception. For example, on here you can see all the bridesmaid and the bridal bouquet displayed on the head table. This is part of the celebration flower, and they can also decorate for the reception at the head table decor. And on this wedding, they use the flower from the arch to decorate on the back of the fireplace and also part of the sweetheart table. So again, if you want to repurpose the flower from the ceremony to reception, you gotta talk to the florist to ask the florist which design will be best for rearrange or easy to move. Make sure to incorporate more greenery, because the more greenery it will show the freshness of the flower, but then you don't have to use lots of flower and this will create more fuller on the arrangement. Also nowadays, when you have more greenery, it will create more organic look. And you can also go all greenery. If you're wedding in the fall, you might want to add some fall leaf to create some color, or you can just add more greenery branches to have the height to be taller, so the centerpiece will look more stand out. Instead of you have 200-300 guests and the centerpiece is too small, it won't be stand out. So make it as taller using branches. And with greenery, you can add more candle in. Greenery and white candles look very beautiful, especially when you have the white linen. You can also add in the color that you like. Even now with bouquet, there's a stylus to add in more greenery too. So you can also do that. Greenery and eucalyptus seed or some berries make it beautiful. You can use branches to make the centerpiece more stand out and taller. If you're wedding in the wintertime, you can definitely use more manzanita tree. Try the bird fray. With the bird fray, you can only use like a few stem of flower, and you just add here and there. It just make more stylish and beautiful. There are also the color for the bird vases, so you can either add in brown color or pink or blue color to go with your wedding color. Consider to use some plant. There are different kind of plant and especially herb that you can use like mint and rosemary in your wedding, and also some tropical fern. It will look very beautiful and freshness. You can also add in some moss. It just create more interesting. Some people also using succulent and castic. They're very cute, and with that you can just use in regular brown pot that you can buy at the market. So make sure to matching with the cake decoration and the bouquet and the personal flower with castic and succulent. It will become very expensive look. When you select the venue, make sure select the venue with the natural beauty. For example, if it's close to the beach or somewhere with a beautiful garden, especially if the rose garden, then the rose garden will be part of the decoration already, and you don't have to add in a lot of flowers. If you get married on the golf course, there's a lot of greenery there, so you can just add in a few more decoration with flowers. It doesn't have to be a lot. And instead of buying the vase, because after the wedding you won't be able to use the vase anyway, so you can ask the florist to see if you can rent the vase. If the florist doesn't have vase, then you can ask to rent somewhere else and bring it to her. And combine flower with other decor element like lantern or candle, just to make it more interesting, and therefore you don't have to put a lot of flower on the centerpiece, but it still create a romantic and beautiful look. Well, that's all I have. Thank you for watching, and if you have any suggestion or idea, please leave me a comment.